Hey guys, today we're going to try to solve this problem. We're given a third degree polynomial with 3 real roots, and we're going to show that the average of the 3 roots will be the point of inflection for the polynomial. So let's get right into it. So the first step is to rewrite our polynomial in a way which includes the 3 roots. So I'm going to rewrite it as a times x minus x1 times x minus x2 times x minus x3. And we're going to set that equal to ax to the third plus bx squared plus cx plus d. Next up, I'm just going to FOIL this through. So let's focus on just multiplying these two parts. X times x is x squared. X times negative x2 is going to be negative x times x2. And then let's focus on this x1. Negative x1 times x is going to be x1. And then negative x1 times negative x2 is going to be plus x1, x2. Now let's FOIL these two polynomials. So x squared times x is going to be x to the third. And then minus x times x2 is going to be x squared x2 negative. And then x times x1 is going to be x squared x1. And then x times positive x1 x2 is going to be positive x1 x2. And then we still have to do this second term right here. So negative x3 times x squared is going to be negative x squared x3. And then negative x3 times x2 is going to be positive x3 x2. And then negative x3 times x1 is going to be positive x1 x3. And then negative x3 times positive x1 x2 is going to be negative x1 x2 x3. I've gone ahead and rewritten the equation all in one line. The next step is to distribute this a to all these terms. And we're also going to want to group these terms based off the x exponent. So x to the third is going to be all by itself. All these x squared terms are going to be grouped together. And all these x to the power of 1 term are going to be grouped together. This last term is kind of a x to the power of 0. And it will be by itself as well. So after you do that, you should get something like this. Oops, made a little mistake. And we're just going to call this equation f. So now what we want to do is we want to show that this equation f has its inflection point be the average of its 3 roots. So let's take the first derivative of f. And this is going to be pretty easy because this is just a polynomial. And we just have to do power rule. So this first term is going to turn into 3ax squared. The second term is going to turn into 2ax. And then we're still going to multiply on this constant. This term is going to turn into a. And this final term is just going to disappear. Next, we want to take the second derivative of f. That's going to be pretty easy as well. With power rule again, this is going to turn into 6ax. And then here, this is just going to go to 2a. And then last but not least, to find the inflection, we just have to find the critical point of the second derivative. So if we set this equation equal to 0, that'll turn into which then turns into that. We just did this by dividing by on both sides. And we got this step here by just adding two a to both sides, or 2a plus all the roots. And that's how you solve this equation. So thank you for watching.